Hello to my YouTube family. This is a fabulous Thursday. So I want to come to you today with some caramel popcorn. I want to make some caramel popcorn. I'm going to show you guys how I do my popcorn, how I do my caramel, and I'm going to mix it in. It's going to be great, and I hope that this is going to be something great for you guys to see. So here we go. So I need you to come here, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cup of seed kernel in here. 1 cup for now. Let's see how we do. 1 cup of seed kernel from scratch on the stove, y'all. And I'm going to, over here to the stove, put it in here. You test it. We can test it because this oil was getting warm, hot for me. Okay, so now you sizzle it and put it in. 1 cup. And if you feel like you want to add more, but I don't want to, I'm just gonna, 1 cup is good enough. Okay, and then once you see the first kernel pop, then you want to go ahead and add the top on. It's gonna move kind of quickly because the oil was getting hot already, so that's perfect.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Okay. So once you see it pop, the first one pop. Come on. Once you see the first one pop, then you are okay to put the top on and let it continue to pop. Yeah. Okay, there we go. First one pop. Okay, you're gonna put the top on. And what I like to do is to get it going, I like to shake the pan. Shaking. Shake a little bit. Shake a little bit. Keep shaking. Let it pop. And I don't want to leave this. I will keep, I wouldn't leave it. I will stay here while it's popping because I don't want anything to burn. No burning. Okay. Then I'm going to show you guys how I make my caramel. Okay. Every once in a while, you want to shake the pot to keep it going, to keep it from burning. Shake, keep it from burning. So that's popping pretty good. And if you feel like you need to pop more, by all means pop some more, whatever suits you. I'm gonna make some more. I'm gonna put more in here once this is done. So moving this about is what you should do. If you feel like it's too low for whatever reason, you turn it up. Popping. Nothing's burning. once you see that it's slowing down, you want to turn the heat completely off. Mine is still going. It's still, this is an electric stove, so it takes a little time sometimes. It's gas stoves are much more efficient, I feel like, and your food cooks evenly. With these electric stoves, it's kind of hard. You have to just judge it, you know, just cook. Once you feel like it's slowing down, you just shut it off and let it continue to go. And while that's going, because I'm gonna pop more popcorn because I feel like we need to do some more. In this pot here, I'm gonna make caramel. In this part, make my caramel sauce. I'm gonna put it like on a 5.5. So that's medium high heat. I'm gonna put it on 5.5. Let that begin to do its thing over here. Okay, so here we are. Gotta make sure that's getting hot, okay? Okay, that's getting hot, heating up. Okay, so this is, what we have in this pan here is 2 cups of brown sugar, packed brown sugar, and 2 sticks of butter, because my recipe calls for 2 cups of brown sugar and 1 cup of butter. 2 sticks of butter equals 1 cup of butter. Okay, so in here I have that, and I have a pinch of salt as well. Okay, so this has completely stopped popping, well, from what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna pour this, take this and pour this into my bowl. And with all that being, because I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna pour it in here, and I'm gonna immediately go back to the stove and pop more, because all the kernels, as you can see, did not pop, but that's okay, because I'm gonna take this out, and it's very crispy, very crunchy, which is what you want. Okay, I'm gonna very quickly go back over here because we're waiting on our our sugar and our butter to melt together, and our salt. I'm gonna cut this back on. Like, I'm gonna cut it up a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil into the pan, a little bit more. I think that's plenty. Okay, and then I'm gonna take, instead of taking a cup, I'm gonna do 1.5 cups more, because you need more. I'm gonna make a really big batch of caramel popcorn. Okay, and then 1. And again, that pot was still really, really hot, so it's okay to add it. Might get some popcorn kernels spread out over the place, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect, so we're gonna put that in there, let that do its thing, okay? Just shake the pot a little bit. This is a lot, which is what I wanted to do. Let that get hot, and once you start to see 1 pop, you want to add the 1 or 2 pop, you want to put the top on. Okay, and then here, my caramel sauce is in the making. Okay. In the making. You want this to melt. Once this has melted, then okay, we'll be good to go. So let that do its thing. Plenty of time. Okay. Now at this batch, you might have more than enough, which is good. Popcorn is really, really good. I'm gonna shake you, get that oil all over. Oil all over the kernel. Oil all over the kernels. It's really all over the kernels. Okay, and once Once you see your first kernel pop, first 2 or 3 kernel pops, then you add over here. You got my brown sugar and butter melting. And this thing's pretty hot. Again, you want to be careful. Nothing yet. Takes a little bit of a while. While that's happening, I'm gonna stir this just a tad. As you can see, it's starting to happen, right? Things are starting to meld together. Butter and brown sugar with the salt. Everything. Things happen really quickly. Once it has dissolved, then we can move on to the next step. Let it cook a little bit. Okay. Thing over there. Turn it up a bit. Okay, so the caramel, the brown sugar and the butter has melded together. What I'm going to do is add a half a cup of corn syrup in here. This is what's going to help the popcorn to, the caramel to adhere to the popcorn. And it's going to make it nice and crispy and crunchy. Okay, this is what's going to help it. And what I did was, before I added the corn syrup to this measuring cup, I added some nonstick spray. It helps to get everything out really, really easily. Helps to get it out really easy. That way you get all your product out of there. Okay, so we want to keep cooking it. Popcorn over here going to town, y'all. And again, you want to shake the pot. Shake it, shake it, shake it to get all your popcorn cooking on the bottom. That's still there. Caramel's cooking. And while that's happening, come on back over here, cameraman. I'm going to let that do its thing. Let it cook. Come to a really good simmer. Everything is incorporated well, and it's all the granules, everything is melted together. I'm gonna let that do its thing in there. Okay. And while that's still happening over there, shake, shake, shake. Okay. Shake, shake, shake. We have a really big batch of popcorn. Big batch, okay? And once you hear it stop popping, you just turn it off. It'll finish up. It'll finish up. Okay, and let that finish up. And while that's finishing, just continue to stir. Caramel, let it do its thing. Melt together. Okay. This thing. Let it boil. It's gonna come to a boil or a simmer. I don't want to say hard. It's not a real hard boil, but it's gonna come to like where the side starts to come together, like start simmering on the sides and coming together on the sides, guys. That's when we're gonna cut the heat off and add the other ingredients. Okay. Okay, that's not ready yet. So while that's still happening, I'm gonna come over here and I want to, you know, the popcorn kernels that did not pop, like here, they didn't pop. I want to take this and kind of like take them out. I don't want any unused kernels in my popcorn. I want just crispy, crunchy popcorn. Okay, so you're gonna do that. Dip it in there and I'll clean it later. Get your good popcorn out of there. Okay. And so with that being, while I'm doing this, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about who I am, what I do. I know my first video, I talked to you guys about me being a first grade teacher, how important that is to me. So I'm a first grade teacher here in the state of Florida, which I really, really love. This is my first year, and I call it my trial period, but really it's they consider it to be my first year. But next year, going into the school year, I would consider it being my first year. I would consider it being my first year, me going into the district, into my school next year. That is, to me, considered to be my very first year teaching. To me, it was this school year was like a trial run to get me prepared for what's going to happen next year. And I really enjoyed working with the children, first grade teacher, really, really sweet kids and everything. And then on top of that, I am a mom and a wife of 3 boys and a great husband. And I love cooking. And I love, gotta keep your eye on the caramel. And I love entertaining family and friends. So that's what I like to do, guys. And so on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna show you guys some recipes that I love to cook. Soul food recipes, primarily like greens and baked macaroni and cheese and fried chicken and fried fish, things like that you eat in moderation. You don't necessarily eat it every day. You eat it on like special occasions, guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some of those things. Right now we're remote learning, so I'm kind of, I'm teacher during the day and mom, and I want to, shoot a couple of videos you guys' way whenever I can, okay, to show you what I like to cook and how you can utilize it for your family, or make it for your family. Okay, so that's in there. Pull that out. Just get as much as you can out. Nothing is perfect. Also, what I want to share that is really, really what I love to do is spend time with my family. I love to play games and things like that, and teach my boys and laugh and play with them a lot. So, cameraman, can you come over here, please? Okay, so this, as you can see, has started to bubble and boil up, which is, it looks delicious. As you can see, it's becoming caramel. It didn't take much. You don't need any cream or anything like that. It's becoming a caramel, right? So it's boiled. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more time to kind of congeal together. And while that's happening in it, I'm going to put the popcorn in this bowl. Okay, it's kind of warm, kind of hot, y'all. I'm gonna get one of these. Okay, I only need one. That up like that. And again, this is a lot, so I may not use all of this. You know, this is enough right there for my crew, for my family. Okay. So if you over pop, that's okay. I'm sure you'll find a way to utilize what you didn't use, or to eat. Somebody will eat it in your family, I'm sure. Okay. So that's really good and crunchy. Nothing soggy about that. Come back over here, cameraman. So right now, it has come to a boil. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, turn that off. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some vanilla extract. Like a teaspoon of vanilla extract or more, whatever works for you. Because people like vanilla extract. And I'm going to add in some baking soda. Some baking soda, okay? Stir in the vanilla extract. Smells very good. So when I add in the baking soda, it's gonna start bubbling up very fiercely. So don't get nervous. Okay, don't get nervous. See? Boiling up. This is very cool. Very good. So you know you got caramel when that happens. Okay? When this happens, you know you got caramel. Don't get nervous. You're doing the right thing. This happens. It turns into a different color a little bit. Okay. Gonna let it do its thing. Like this, like so. You don't want to taste it or anything because this is really, really hot, y'all. Okay, and when that's done doing this thing and you're done mixing it a little bit, you're gonna add it to your popcorn. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna add some of this to well, I'm gonna add all of this to my batch of popcorn. Okay, I'm gonna add all of it. Add all of it. Okay. To that. Okay. It's all in there. I'm gonna put this in the sink, and I'm gonna clean out. I'm gonna clean out my kernels and stuff. You can clean it out later. And you're gonna mix it. Mix it, and if for some reason your spatula doesn't, everything sticks to your spatula, you can spray it with non-stick spray. I got a little bit on my finger, y'all. You want to mix it up. Mix it up. Mix it up. And if you have a bowl with the top, this happens to be my favorite bowl. You guys want to see this a lot. This was given to me by somebody very special. You're gonna mix it up. Keep mixing as much as you can. Okay. Sticky, but keep mixing. Keep mixing, guys. Very good. Like so. Be careful because this caramel is really, really hot. Hit my hand a couple of times, y'all. Already. Keep mixing. until it's covered with the caramel. Everything is not going to be really covered with the caramel, but you do the best you can. Okay. Unless you have a bowl with the top and then you can like shake it in the bowl. I don't have that right now, so I do the best I can. And the reason why I'm using this rubber spatula is because, as you can see, it's not breaking the popcorn as you mix. If you use another type of, like a spoon, it may break the kernels, so you want to be careful. Okay. So once you think you got it all mixed in, then you can kind of, I have some pans here where bring that here pan. No cameraman. Nope, the other one. No cameraman. Once you feel like you mixed it, you can add, what I'm going to do is add some to the sheet pan, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 200 degrees for about 60 minutes so that it dries it out. Okay, and it becomes crunchy, and the caramel has completely adhered to the popcorn. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this in 2 batches is because I want to add some peanuts to this. Okay, some peanuts to it. Some peanuts. Okay, I want to get some out. Also, if you don't want to put them in the oven, you can also like sit the trays out so that they dry by themselves, like they can air dry out. And the corn syrup that I put on is going to make it crispy and crunchy. So I'm going to get some peanuts in here. Where's peanuts? Let's see. Okay, peanuts. Alright. So we got peanuts. Alright. So we got some mixed nuts. Not necessarily peanuts only. It's a mixture of nuts, which is okay. You use whatever you have, that's fine. I'm going to do to get this open. I'm going to add a few of these to this mixture, just a little bit. Okay. Some of us like peanuts with our caramel popcorn. I'm going to put this tray in this oven at 200 degrees